ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Reboot Roundtable. I am Connor, and I am joined, as always, by Jay.
Yeah.
And Tyler.
Man, this is the second time now you've got me to laugh before it was my turn. Hey, guys.
Shame on you, Tyler. Shame.
Why are you laughing at me?
Yeah,
You know
why are
what?
you
You're
laughing
right.
at Jay? He can't help it.
You know what? You should just fire me.
Okay. And that's it, guys. That is the last of... No, but... No. So, welcome back to the Reboot Roundtable. As always, we would love your support with a subscription or a comment somewhere in the video. Today, we are actually I'm pitching a rewrite to one of the weaker of the MCU films. Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
The one about the really garbage superhero and the really cool wizard.
Who are you throwing shade at there? I don't know who you're throwing shade at. There's a lot of people you could be throwing shade at, and none of them are okay.
It's okay. Go ahead. Just go on about your biz.
Oh, I certainly hope you're not throwing shade at any of those great characters. So, Multiverse of Madness. Going into Multiverse of Madness, people were hyped, right? Everyone was excited. We were getting a multiverse film, Doctor Strange. We knew Wanda was going to be in it. We knew we were finally getting to see America Chavez on the big screen. People were psyched. And people had a lot of theories. Everyone was expecting there to be a ton of cameos.
There kind of was.
Kind of, but we're going to talk about that. So, to begin with this rewrite of Multiverse of Madness, I think the first rule, obviously, as always, the film has to vaguely end and begin in the same spots, right? Like, it has to vaguely hit all the right plot beats so that it can fit within the wider MCU. Mm-hmm. That being said, I think the film has a great opening scene. We see the Protector Strange with American Chavez, monster chasing them, dive through a portal.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the wedding. That introduction was crazy.
Well, yeah, I do think we keep the wedding introduction too with what's her name? Doctor Strange's girlfriend, or not girlfriend?
Yeah.
Previous
girlfriend.
Yeah. Dr. Palmer.
Palmer.
Yes.
Cole Palmer.
I think that's her name. That sounds right.
Yeah, Dr. Palmer. So, with the film, to begin with, I think the film should not have advertised the way it did. I think it should have focused on the horror aspects, which everyone was expecting from this movie. When Sam Raimi was brought on board, everyone was hoping for something a little spookier. Except me, because I don't like spooky. But everyone else really wanted a spookier Doctor Strange film. So I think what you immediately do is you start the film off with a slightly darker tone, right? You pull on Sam Raimi's horror films. Make that monster in the beginning a little scarier, a little weirder. You still do make American Chavez still kind of your MacGuffin. You dive into her ability to punch portals through alternate realities, and you make it that something is chasing her. Mm-hmm. I think from there on, the film needs to completely change, right? I think that core idea is great, but the rest needs to change. To start with, Doctor Strange and American Chavez should basically be immediately pulled into the multiverse, right? We should immediately be spending significant time in different realities. Mm-hmm. And I think the first reality we spend a little time in is a version of it in the animation style of What If, right? We see a creature attack. Strange panics. He's like, what are we going to do? This is an insane amount of monster. Wong's not here. No one else is here. It's just Strange and Chavez. Some girl needs his protection, and he's going to try and protect her. She punches a portal out of fear. They fall through. They end up in a 3D animated world. And I think what you do for it is, honestly, you could do a lot of fun things. I don't know if there's a particular cameo you should do. If we use the cast as provided, have it be a Captain Carter universe, right? Keep it animated and just have Captain Carter be there. And I think what could be kind of cool, and this is my big pitch, as they go to each universe, they pick up a team of heroes as they go, right? So, they go, when they arrive at the Captain Carter universe, she comes with them to the next universe, right? All of them agreeing they have to protect this girl from whoever's chasing her.
You don't want it, though. Like, one issue with that is you don't want it to become a cameo of the movie, you know?
That's true.
Very true.
my thinking is they already had it with these characters, right? You want it to feel multiversal. What I'm thinking you do, because I think the Illuminati scene where all those characters died was bad because we didn't get enough time with those versions of those characters. And we didn't really substantially lay out that it's a multiverse of heroes. If you had it where each of these universes you pick up one of those versions, we get to know them a little better. And what we do is I would draw off the wacky imagery of the really old Doctor Strange comics, where every universe is insane, right? Like, how would it feel to be a human who ends up in a 3D animated world, right? And you kind of play on that aspect, right? Play with that with American Chavez as a character too, like a girl on the run, like really focusing on her head. And that's where I do think the film should have been retitled just Multiverse of Madness. I don't think it should have been Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, because it was never going to be a Doctor Strange movie with how they were actually going with it. You know, it needed to be just called Multiverse of Madness or a different title. But you really should have focused on it just being, this is I guess it's kind of like Captain America Civil War. I guess it's kind of more akin to it, but I still think you should have really let people know from the beginning, this is an ensemble film. This isn't a traditional Doctor Strange story.
Yeah. I agree there.
With
Doctor Strange.
yes.
That was
Also,
the
can we talk about how good the Doctor Strange theme is? It's so beautiful.
the like really cool like,
The da 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 with the violin.
that
It's
one's
so good. Woo!
Yeah,
Spicy.
I do like me some string instruments.
I love MCU Doctor Strange, and I can't wait till we get more and more of him. But overall, I think what you do is you. Yeah.
What?
Oh, he was showing the guitar for stringed instruments. I got my banjo over here.
Oh, I wasn't looking at the camera. Sorry.
Reboot Roundtable
You
jam
don't get
session.
another chance.
All right.
I'll bring up my here. Look, hold on. Let me get my guitar.
Yeah.
Wait, this is a ukulele.
I'm not.
Maybe it's a
You want me to just move a
Cats can't
ukulele
play
on the
guitar.
screen and move it away? No, that's a
know,
Lightning
whatever.
McQueen vehicle car or
right,
toy.
hold on. All right.
Anyways, moving on.
I'm gonna give you
Jay's
the
gone.
best opportunity here, Connor.
Yeah.
Look at my
So-
stringed instrument. Ready? Bow, 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 down. All right.
Yeah. We'll see what
Moving
the
on.
editor
We can move on
me added. So,
Yeah,
right. I do think so. You set up, and I think in order of characters we meet through the multiverse that tag along, you start with Captain Carter, then you go Black Bolt, because that personally was just who oh my goodness. Then you go Black Bolt, who was personally I was really hyped to see.
I wish he had more.
I thought you were about to say I wish he had more lines, and I was about to die. I wish he had more lines.
Yeah.
Also, do y'all know Black Bolt's canon name? Like what his real name is?
No.
Blackigar Boltagon.
Oh.
Blackigar Boltagon is Black Bolt's legal Christian name.
No, I don't like that.
But yeah, but then I think what you do is you do a similar scene where
Yeah.
slowly we do get the idea that it's Scarlet Witch chasing them. And we set up that Doctor Strange is like, this doesn't make any sense. I know about the Westview incident. Why would Wanda be acting this way? And so we kind of set it up where each universe is referencing, like, yeah, my Doctor Strange was a bad guy. Like, do a lot of the same stuff, but we're seeing different universes versions. We just get to see more of it, right? At the end, like, I think we keep cutting back to the main MCU series, and we do the whole thing with Wong and Scarlet Witch attacking the wizards, but it's just from a new perspective, like where there's no American Chavez, and it's genuinely just Wanda angry and losing her mind. And what we set up is it's not that Wanda has undone what she went through. It's that the book has fully possessed her. And I think you finally do it for new rock stars, an amazing YouTube channel. They did some great cameo videos. Yeah, add Mephisto. You make Mephisto the real bad guy of the movie.
Oh.
Do you all know who Mephisto is?
No.
That's
Jay, why are you upside down?
What are you talking about?
why not?
Mephisto is Marvel's Satan. He's the guy who stole Peter Parker and Mary Jane's marriage. And he's also, I believe,
How
the
did he do
one
that?
who stole Scarlet Witch's children from her in the comics. Don't quote me on that,
Again,
though.
why would he do that?
Why did he do
I
that?
knew
Because
he
he's
was
an
wrong.
asshole.
Maybe he's a
Okay.
bad guy.
Dr. Disrespect.
Huh?
No. Anyways. Yeah, but I think you make Mephisto be kind of revealed. It's like he's kind of puppeting Scarlet Witch. Throughout the whole movie, though, everything I think goes on the same way. Eventually, Scarlet Witch / Mephisto possesses someone, kill all the teammates that they've picked up along the way, and kidnap American Chavez. Doctor Strange gets stuck in a random universe. He meets an evil Doctor Strange, has to use the Dark Book to stop Wanda. And you just kind of do it all that same kind of road from there. And you end the movie with that epic zombie Doctor Strange scene, which was so cool.
That was so cool.
Oh, that was so neat. And yeah, I think from there you kind of just do it like that. I think you get rid of all of the Dr. Palmer romance stuff beyond just the wedding at the beginning. Because that is not Stephen Strange's love interest. Stephen Strange is in love with Dormammu's niece, I think is who she is.
What?
Yeah, we love Dormammu.
Dormammu. I've come to
Dormammu.
bargain. Because
I've come
he's
to
married
bargain.
with, and now her name is escaping me. Doctor Strange love interest. It starts with a C. Clea. That is Doctor Strange's love interest.
Dormammu, I'm
He
here
said,
for more than just
ah,
bargaining.
Yeah, and so Clea should be brought up as a main villain. We see her at the post-credit scene of Doctor Strange 3 or Doctor Strange 2. We know she's going to be in Doctor Strange 3. I'm fine with not putting her in this movie, but set up that he doesn't need Dr. Palmer. He's just lonely, and that he will find his eventual partner. But yeah, we're at the 12-minute mark.
Counterpoint, no love partner.
Well,
Yes!
no, Doctor Strange has to have a romantic interest at some point.
No.
Well, here's why. Doctor Strange in the comics is a playboy.
Okay, as long as it's me, it's fine.
The thing with... You want Doctor Strange? You trying to seduce? You want that Benedict Cumberbatch?
Hey, Doctor Strange.
Okay, I don't want Doctor Strange. I want the man behind the mirror. That's all I'm saying.
Benedict Cumberbatch?
Michael Jackson?
Dormammu?
Dormammu?
Yeah.
All I'm saying is I'd let him put me in a time loop.
Oh my gosh, I just broke everything.
That's good. That's healthy.
Where you go?
Well, in the comics, Doctor Strange has had a lot of love interests, and removing Doctor Strange having Clea would be like removing Mary Jane from Peter Parker, right? Like, it's very
Right.
connected in the comics.
Good.
No, not good.
Right.
Kind of. But yeah, but beyond that, like, what are your all's thoughts on this kind of just shifting the focus to let's pick up a team and face the problem, and that team gets killed. Like, you get what I'm saying here, right? You're picking up what I'm putting down.
I get it.
Yeah.
The idea's cool. I don't know how. The idea's cool, but I don't know how you can still do that. Yeah, I guess you do have to say it's no longer a Doctor Strange movie. Like, Doctor Strange only movie. Issue is that, like, I don't even know how to word what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
You're good at reading people.
Are you saying like it should have that Doctor Strange 2 should be a Doctor Strange movie?
I'm saying, kind of. You need to have a lot of Doctor Strange, and so, well, okay. My biggest issue with this particular thing, I think it's a very good, pitch. I like the idea, but just kind of like nitpicking, trying to find an issue.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is, I just don't personally like it when there's a ton of new characters thrown in from other franchises.
Mm-hmm.
Because what happens a lot of times is movies just expect you to know them, and I don't.
Yeah,
mean,
but that's kind of been how the MCU's worked for a while now.
And those are its weakest movies.
I would argue not the case. Captain America Civil War is one of its strongest films.
Captain America Civil War brought you characters from all of the different movies. Of course, you're going to know the movies. Captain America Civil War wasn't a standalone film.
No,
It was
and that's what
over,
I'm saying.
like,
Multiverse of Madness should be more like that.
Yes, but then how are you going to pull characters from other movies if you're going to different universes?
Well, I say you do like, because what you're doing basically here is, and it's not even that you have to see these other properties, right? So all you really need is brief introduction. Hey, this is Peggy Carter, but she's Captain America. Bam. Now we know that. We know the basics.
Yes.
You're not trying to get to know the actual what if version. You're just knowing this universe version. Okay, next universe. Here's Black Bolt. He's the king of a group called the Inhumans. They're a bunch of superheroes. Let's go on to the next guy, right? Like, so you get these like.
Well, you could introduce them. Really, you don't even have to introduce the character as much as you can introduce what they do as they meet them.
Mm-hmm.
How long are you planning to make this movie?
Let's say we have the same time limit as the original film, which was runtime. Because I remember it. Oh, so you have 2 hours and 6 minutes to do this movie.
Okay, that's not a short amount of time. Reason I bring it up is if you're going to do something like this where you're going to be bringing in a bunch of new characters, you have to introduce them. You know, and that takes up a lot of time, especially if you meet a new one in every new universe.
Yeah.
Where something like Spider-Verse gets away with it is it's forced onto, you know, Miles.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all these characters have to have quick introductions, and so they do, and it's very natural, it flows, and it fits. I personally didn't know any of them except for I knew Spider-Man Noir a little bit.
Right.
And I still don't know much about the characters from Spider-Verse, but I know what they're like because of Spider-Verse.
Yes.
You have to do something like that.
I agree.
But it's really difficult to do that in a time constraint when you're meeting all these new characters in new universes.
I think what you kind of... You could have multiple characters per universe as well, I guess, in theory. I think the main goal of it is literally just... Because the reason they existed in Multiverse of Madness, the reason the Illuminati were there, and it's kind of like, we have these cameos that are going in this movie, where do you put them? And they 100% didn't use them correctly in that film. Is, if you're going to do these cameos, let's give us you can kill this version of that character. Let us get to know him a little bit. Let us realize how vast the multiverse is, you know? And you could even do it where you don't even have them tag along. I guess you could do that, like, whatever's hunting them keeps coming to that universe. So it's like, they're at the first universe, they meet Captain Carter, and she's like, hey, I'll take you to some friends of mine, and then the monster arrives. And Steven's like, yeah, I'll fight with you. And so you get a quick fight scene of Captain Carter, Steven, and American Chavez trying to fight this monster. The monster's too powerful, and Captain Carter's like, go, I'll hold it off. And so you kind of have that moment of where these heroes keep trying to protect American Chavez. Like, it's like another person is sacrificing their life for this girl that they don't know. You could kind of spin it that way as well, I guess.
That almost, though, feels like it's going to make you hate, or not hate, it's going to make you really dislike American Chavez as a character. For a lot of people, if they see, like I know personally, I can't say personally, but I know for a lot of people, like, let's say you take Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Right.
Tom Holland's Spider-Man is beloved at this point. People love his Spider-Man.
Yes.
Let's say you have this like this movie's going on. Tom Holland's Spider-Man gets involved, tries to fight the monster, dies off screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they won't do that, but you're going to have people who are that, you know, they have those same feelings towards, like, Peggy Carter or something.
I mean, that's how I felt watching Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah. Well, like, also, I mean, that's how a lot of people felt with the Fantastic Four.
Yes.
Whenever they were, you know, basically, what was it? What's the word?
Yeah, Reed Richards shows up, and they spaghettify him. I think the respectful way to do that without, like, because I think a lot of fans didn't realize that this is just a version. Like, they're not killing that character, they're killing this version. And I think you set that up by showing more worlds.
Well, the issue, in my opinion, becomes this may just be a version, this, like, you know, all of that, but it's the first time we see some of these characters.
That's fair. That's a fair point.
Like, the thing with the Fantastic Four it's the first time we see them.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people are going to latch onto them as those are the Fantastic Four.
That's true. That is a true point.
Same thing as like if we were to get, or like same thing with another Iron Man.
Mhm.
Iron Man will always be Robert Downey Jr. Even if another actor ends up playing the same version, you know, it's
Yeah.
always going to be Robert Downey Jr. Because he was first. Maybe not the first, but he was, you know, Iron Man 1. That's what everybody saw.
Right.
It's the same idea.
That's a
People
true
are gonna
point.
latch onto these characters, and yeah, it becomes really hard to kill them. But at the same time, you can't let them live.
Yeah.
And that's my kind of main issue with this. Maybe if you make new characters, or you bring along people who aren't from like really popular media, maybe some people from like the comics who may not get another chance.
Yeah. Yeah, there was definitely a lot. Like, I know a lot of people had... It's really a hard thing to do, because where you're saying, like... Oh, actually, I do want to take a... See, where are we at on time? I do want to take a quick pause. Have y'all seen the cast announcement for the Fantastic Four?
No.
And who they've decided
they're
is
making
Reed
one.
Richards?
I didn't know they were making one.
Yes, it is
Really
coming
fucking
out.
awesome.
Pedro Pascal is going to be playing Reed Richards.
That's awesome.
That's Mandalorian and The Last of Us, that guy.
Yeah, that guy's awesome.
Isn't he the guy that like smiles in the car?
Yes, that is also Pedro Pascal, yes.
Yeah.
And which one's Jack Black?
He's not in the new Fantastic
Would
Four
Jack Black
movie,
be the Thing?
unfortunately. I would love for him.
Jack Black
The
is
guy
the
from The
Thing.
Thing is going to
Hey
be
guys,
Evan
I'm a
Moss, Bach, and Joseph Quinn, and then Vanessa Kirby are your cast. I don't know the other three as well as Pedro Pascal's work, but I have seen some stuff of Evan Moss. I can't pronunciate his name, but I've seen some of his stuff, and he is really good. I've heard a lot of people say good things about this cast, though.
Okay.
I'll be curious to see how Pedro Pascal is, though, because he's an interesting choice for Reed Richards.
He's a really big name.
He's a really big name, which helps.
Yeah.
And I trust him. He's a good actor. I trust that he'll do a good
Personally,
job.
I would have picked Tom Holland, but
Tom Holland as Reed Richards is insane. That'd be like the ultimate universe where Reed Richards was a teenager and then he became a villain and committed a couple of genocides.
Oh,
Tom
Yeah.
Holland.
Whew, the ultimate universe was weird.
yeah.
But yeah, so I think with Multiverse of Madness, I don't know how you fix that film now that you say like the whole thing of like, because I think you have to do them meet characters from other worlds.
I think it would be like an Infinity War type scenario. I think this would be multiple movies.
But you can't do
Okay,
that.
first
We
movie
have
would
one
be all
movie.
about collecting allies.
All
me
we
out.
have is
Hear me
Doctor
out.
Strange.
Hear me out. This is super off the wall. I don't know how this would work.
Okay.
What if you do, instead of it being a multiversal style of thing of like American Chavez is like getting chased through, maybe, I don't know if this would work, maybe her and Doctor Strange get pulled in somewhere and they're stuck in
Ooh.
one universe trying to find their way back. They can't go to other universes for some reason, her ability's blocked. I don't know if it would work. I'm spitballing.
Yeah,
For some reason her ability's blocked.
I think that
You do-
loses the
Well,
point
she
of the
had
film though to
terrible
an extent.
control over it.
Yeah, she had bad control, and they kind of do that with the original one because they go straight to the 838. I think was the universe they ended up in with
Well,
the
here-
Illuminati.
here's what I'll say.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll say.
Yeah.
You say that loses the point of the film. My second thing to it is that they're not the only ones brought to this universe.
Okay.
Hunger Games, Marvel Edition.
Oh.
Well, we are getting that, I think, with Secret Wars.
Huh? Oh,
Because Secret Wars is going to have a lot of that kind of vibe. That's another
Well,
thing,
I mean-
too, is this movie shouldn't become Secret Wars, because Secret Wars is going to be all cameos all the time. And so will Deadpool, which, as of the recording of this, will have come out last week. Or, well, when the release of this will have come out last week. As of recording, it comes out tomorrow.
I guess he's not watching that.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Not
I really
watching?
hope it's
I
good.
haven't seen any of the Deadpools.
The first two aren't
I
great, but this one
recommend
is going to be
watching
so
the first
spicy.
two.
I like Hugh Jackman. Maybe I'll see
Yeah.
it. I'm not sure.
Connor, I want to see it, but like, I don't want to go to a movie theater.
I'm just too young.
You guys should, that's wild. Y'all should come down to where I live.
Watch it with you.
I'll have to censor out my location.
I was wearing a shirt with my
You
home
will have to
address.
censor out that location.
Pull up to Cincinnati.
No. Whenever you say the location, just put like a piece of tape over your mouth in the video.
I mean, yeah, but if you want to come down, I'm down. But no,
I'll
so
pull up to Pleasant Park.
It'd be
Just let me
epic.
know when.
Pleasant Park. That's wild. But yeah, so
me dropping down the Tilted Towers to visit Connor.
so
Never drop
with
it.
the last like 6 minutes, I want to talk about what Doctor Strange 2 should have been, ignoring what we actually got,
Okay.
which is,
I'm interested.
I think it should have been
Careful
what
what you
some of the
say.
leaks were. We should have had Doctor Strange versus Nightmare.
Oh.
I mean,
So Nightmare is a Marvel villain that is a big Marvel villain of Doctor
He's
Strange's,
a bad guy.
and he's literally just the Lord of Nightmares, and he attacks people in the dreams. And what I would have done, and what I think a lot of people expected from Sam Raimi in this movie, is you go pretty spooky by Marvel standards, and you let it be Doctor Strange fighting Nightmare, and you get the weird and wacky stuff of a classic Doctor Strange comic. And you just focus on him, Wong, and you maybe add the Green Bull.
I think that could be really cool, and you could keep the zombie scene in.
Yeah, you could have done a lot of stuff with Nightmare. That could have been really cool.
I think the zombie scene is vital.
I
Dude,
don't.
The animations were just so cool.
I hate spooky stuff. I don't like Halloween. I don't like horror.
Love spooky
Um,
movie.
I'm genuinely not looking forward to watching Agatha Harkness show because it's going to be scary and I'm a coward. But Doctor Strange, as it was being pitched, should have been a spookier film. And I just think that's kind of what it comes down to. And I think a lot of people when Doctor Strange 3 is announced, which might be tomorrow because there's going to be a big Marvel Expo, and rumor is we're getting a Doctor Strange 3 announcement.
So
fingers
like,
crossed.
if you're saying this in the week after and it was revealed, and you're like, these idiots, they don't even know what they're talking about.
Well, no.
You're right.
Oh,
We
that's
don't.
true. That's true. We don't. Yeah, anything could be announced.
Dude, tomorrow they're gonna be like, yo, guess what?
You know what? I'm going to make some
Multiverse
wild
Part
predictions that by the time this comes out will make me look like a baboon, a fool. My wild predictions are Blade is going to get pushed back again, which isn't very
100%.
wild, but
Yeah,
I think we're going to get a Thunderbolts trailer.
I disagree.
I think we will get another. I think we'll get a Thunderbolts trailer that'll get leaked. It won't actually be shown to the public, but it will be shown to people there. I think we'll get a Fantastic Four teaser.
That'd be cool.
And I'm going to say we're going to get something X-Men mutant related.
I think we're definitely getting a Secret Wars. Something Secret Wars.
Yeah, I think the Russo brothers have been confirmed to be coming back to Marvel, so we may get to find out what their project's going to be. Maybe
I
Avengers
need to
vs.
know what's
X-Men,
going on
that'd
with
be
the
cool.
Secret Wars. It's
Yeah.
eating me away.
I just don't have any hope for like Marvel movies at this.
There's been some good stuff that's come out since Endgame that I know you haven't seen. Loki is spectacularly good.
I'm talking movies.
I mean, okay.
Out of the movies I've seen, I like the Spider-Man. And I like Shang-Chi.
Yeah, a lot of the movies haven't been great. Quantumanium was rough. The Marvels was a lot of fun, but that's just because I love Kamala Khan. She's such a fun character.
I don't know what I was gonna ask. I don't remember. Never mind.
Oh yeah, I hope we get announced a Miss Marvel season 2. That's my wild hope.
Ooh, your worst take this whole entire.
You don't like
episode.
Miss Marvel?
Ban him.
No, I'm not talking Captain Marvel. I'm not talking Carol Danvers. I'm talking Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel?
Yeah, the teenage superhero.
I
I don't
haven't
think I've
seen-
seen it yet.
Hold up, let me send it to you. She's
Yeah, that's
genuinely my favorite young superhero.
Whoa.
That's come out in recent years.
He said, "Whoa."
And she was teased to be setting up the Young Avengers. This character.
Oh, I know. Okay. Let me explain how I feel about Miss Marvel.
Oh boy.
I think her power is really neat. Her ethnic background, super awesome. Love to see that.
Yeah.
I hate her costume.
Her
Like,
costume isn't great.
to
It isn't amazing.
such a large extent. Like even in the comics.
No,
her
don't you throw
costume-
shade at comic book Miss Marvel's costume. That costume is spectacular art design.
Well, it depends on which one.
No, I love Kamala Khan. I'm a big Kamala Khan fan.
I think her character is super awesome. And
She's also got one of
story
the
is-
best catchphrases.
Nom, 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 nom.
What?
That's me enjoying.
All right, and let's get.
That's
out of
wild.
here, please.
Yeah, so we're gonna let it go. But yeah, thank you all for listening.
You guys didn't have to take it sus.
Y'all have a great day.
Take
Leave
it
us a
out.
comment. Tell me how wrong are my predictions, or tell me whatever they predicted or whatever they announced. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Is Jay ever returning?
Can
And
we all make a crazy prediction? Like one.
No.
Like in